Oh, all right. You ready to light this fire?
God, my back is killing me. Hang on, I gotta stretch. All right, here we go. Welcome to the Nearly Coherent Podcast. I am Ed, and joining me, my own personal life coach and guru of sexiness, my buddy Jeff. Jeff, how are you?
I'm good. I'm honored to be your soul Sherpa on this journey of life. How are you doing, man? What's going on?
Just living my best life, as one does when they're stuck in their house for how many months is this now? It's like 6 years, right?
We're well over 2 months at this point.
Yeah, my hair is now longer than it's ever been in my life.
I can see the sides. The sides is where you really notice it because your hair's got a pretty tight curl to it, especially like on top.
Yeah.
And I hope you understand when I say this, it is a compliment. You're getting into Kramer territory up top, which is great.
I wish my hair could figure out how to not stand up like I'm supposed to be in a shack in the woods writing a manifesto. That would be cool.
I think you should steer it. Go straight up on top.
Let's go right into it.
Why not? Go with the Kramer. I love it. I think it looks great. I would kill for it.
Yeah, well, you'd pull it off better. You have the level of chutzpah that would be required to be that guy.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like I look more like George Costanza with a beard.
You're George Costanza if George Costanza was successful, had a family, and was able to grow a beard. George Costanza is really Dave.
Dave is a less likable George Costanza. You're right.
So much less likable. God, what a schmuck.
Oh, you know what, though?
What?
We should take a second. Well, speaking of George Costanza, brings to mind that the man, the myth, the legend, the actor behind the absolutely hilarious Frank Costanza, Mr. Jerry Stiller, passed away recently.
He did.
His career spanned like, 6 decades, 7 decades?
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
And Fred Willard died.
Oh, that's right. That's tough.
Shitty month for older comedians. Somebody go check in on Mel Brooks. Actually, you know what? Don't check in on them, you COVID-ridden freaks.
Yes, stay away.
Don't you even think about breathing on them. I will hunt you down.
Yeah, they are few and far between at this point. Keep your distance.
Let me tell you, you get Mel Brooks, he's going to get Carl Reiner. And then they're both going to get Dick Van Dyke. And then that's everybody.
Yeah, that's it.
Don't make me cry more than I already do.
I was just going to say, I don't know if it's something that can be prevented, but, put our best effort forth.
So, what's going on? What's what? Screw it.
I've got some stuff.
Oh my God. Thank goodness.
I've actually been meaning to ask you this, and we just get on other topics, and I never do. So, you are a very, very big movie fan. Tremendous.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sure, being one of your favorite hobbies, it's got to be one of your favorite hobbies.
Yeah.
Having that taken away from you must suck. What are your thoughts on the possibility that it really doesn't rebound the way it did?
You know what? The theater part of it is nice, but I don't necessarily find that to be as important to me as the movie itself. I am one of those people that if you talk to me during a movie, I get angry. I have ended friendships over it. I nearly ripped Dominique's head off one time when admittedly we were watching Toy Story 3. I had never seen Toy Story 3 before. This is during a 24-hour movie marathon.
Well, this is your first time seeing Toy Story 3 and she talked to you?
She didn't know it was my first time.
Unforgivable.
Yeah. Oh, wait until you hear. She was talking to me during the incinerator scene.
Are you serious?
As they're all like pushing away and be like, ah, and I'm sitting there and I'm barely holding it together. I'm like, you are a grown man. Do not cry in front of your friends who will both make fun of you so much.
Was her voice quivering when she was talking to you?
No.
That worst.
She turned to me and went, I'm hungry. And I turned to her and I said, you shut your damn mouth.
Yeah. Listen, I think that's a very appropriate response. Here's the thing. We've gone to quite a few movies together.
Mm-hmm.
I make it a point to not go to a movie with you the first time through. And she should know that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
She's been your friend a very long time.
Yeah.
Shame on you, Dominique, for not knowing that.
Yeah. But you know what? Going to a theater with I don't find the shared community experience to be that particularly important. I just like going to movies. I like watching movies. I like the opportunity to watch movies. I don't care, for the most part, if it's at a theater or if I'm just watching it with my own pretty good surround sound system. I've got a huge ass 4K TV. I've got a very comfortable couch and my own unlimited supply of snacks. I'm not really that hung up on the actual theater part of it. Now, do I believe that some things need to be seen on a much bigger screen than I can afford? Yes. Mission Impossible 7, I will be there. Fast and the Furious 9, 10, 11, 12, 25, just take my money.
Count you in, yeah.
Yeah. But for the most part, if you're just going to, in this brave new world of where you could just do on-demand video releases, where, what was it, Trolls World Domination or whatever?
Yeah, Trolls World Tour.
Yeah, World Tour, World Domination, same basic principle. $20, you got to watch it, but it was in your house, so it was $20 for as many people as you had in your house.
Yeah, I rented it with, my wife and the kids and stuff, and for us to go to the theater is $100
Yeah.
a fare, easily. So $20, make our own snacks, quite a good deal. I enjoy going to the movies with friends. It's something to do. It's, and I guess in my situation where I can't blast the home theater system at the level that I'd want to, and, you get interrupt, like, if I wanted to watch a more serious movie, like I think the last movie I went to see that was not a kid movie was Joker. I can't watch Joker at home unless I'm watching it after everybody's in bed, because otherwise I'm going to have 15 million questions about everything else.
One question being, why are you making me watch this piece of shit movie? I don't understand why you don't love me anymore, Dad.
Yeah, that is, that would be one. Or any of the other 64 trillion questions that my kids ask about nothing every single day. I could prepare for that as well. But I do like the experience of going there. I love movie theater popcorn, by the way.
Oh my God. It makes me so sick, but I can't stop eating it.
I also love the pretzel nuggets that you dip in the nacho cheese.
That's my dad's deal.
Is it?
Yeah. He doesn't like the cheese part. He just eats the pretzel bites.
All right, listen, the pretzel bites are good. We'd make a good team because I like a lot of cheese and he likes none.
So you get double the cheese.
It'd be good. I feel like your dad and I could do like a good buddy comedy together.
Oh, yeah. The only thing that's stopping you is the fact that my ego wouldn't allow me to let either of you take center stage. I would have to show up.
What if the premise of the buddy comedy was us plotting against you to write a buddy comedy?
Oh, God. I would cry.
Get a little meta on you.
Yeah. I don't know that I'd be able to handle that. Gonna have to think that through.
So it's good to know that you're not going to implode if the theaters don't bounce back the way they do. But here's the other question.
Yeah.
I would imagine that if they went to like a home, if they went to a home streaming type of thing, what do they call it? Premium video on demand or something like that. Mm-hmm. They're not going to make nearly as much money.
But they don't make, see, the way that it works, and I'm not super familiar with the math, but if you're doing video on demand, you're losing 30% to whatever platform you've bought the movie from, and then 70% goes to them. In the movie theater system, it's weirder. Like there's I think that they might end up figuring out a way to make more money this way.
Really?
Yeah.
Would it not warrant a movie that costs $200-300 million to produce? Is the audience no longer going to be there with a premium VOD, and we're not going to get Avengers 12?
First of all, we're definitely getting Avengers 12.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking to see what other character they pull out of their ass.
At that point, it's going to be the Howard the Duck villain, Dr. Bong, a man who just has a bell on his head.
Listen, I've seen them make just as weird work, so...
Yeah.
And the other thing, which I'm sure you're more aware of than I am, I don't watch the Oscars. I don't really follow it. The movies that are nominated for Best Picture, I see one out of all of them per year, usually. Mm-hmm. But have you read or have you seen that I think the Oscars are not requiring like a theater release anymore?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what is it. What do they call it?
Okay, so usually you're required to have, I believe, a 2-week run. No, I'm sorry, it's a 1-week run in LA to be eligible for an Oscar. This year they are changing it to any film that was scheduled for theatrical release that meets other eligibility requirements that they don't really go into and are in the organization members only streaming service within 60 days of being made available publicly will be in the running for Best Picture.
Okay.
Tying back to last week's Hamilton discussion,
Yeah.
here's my little conspiracy theory. They were going to have a very, very short run of Hamilton in theaters. This year, you're going to have very few movies coming out in general anyway.
Yep.
So you're going to have less competition. You're going to have no requirement for a theater. So they bump it up to this year so that maybe they can have that submit. And because it's such a popular show, end up getting Disney Plus its first Oscar in its first year.
Oh, that's a very likely scenario.
Yeah.
Not that I think that they're rigged or whatever it is, but this is something that's voted on. Voters can be swayed, you know?
Yes.
I don't think we need to go into the proof of that, but voters can be, voters can definitely be swayed. So I could see something like that being, now, you know what? Does that get Lin-Manuel Miranda his EGOT?
It could. If he gets nominated for Best Actor and wins it, because I don't think Moana...
He didn't win with Moana. That was Best Animated.
Right, but not Best Original Song, which is what he was up for.
Oh, I thought it was... Oh, yeah. Yes. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. He did not win, which is crazy. I don't remember what beat it, but there's no way that it was as good.
Hey, you know the HBO Max service that by the time this episode airs will have come out and confused people between why the hell would I spend $15 for HBO now when I can spend $15 for HBO Max and get more of the same stuff? Makes no sense.
Hold on one second. Before you get there, is there a difference between what's on Max and what's on Now?
Yes. HBO Now is just HBO stuff. HBO Max has HBO stuff and all the rest of Warner's catalog. So DC, Looney Tunes.
And it has all of HBO?
Uh-huh.
That doesn't make... That's... Okay.
No, this is as good as saying, hey, you need Apple TV. Oh, the box? No, the app in the Apple TV for Apple TV. Oh, yeah, that's on Apple TV Plus, which is in the Apple TV app, which is on Apple TV.
Right.
Congratulations, HBO. You did worse than Apple at naming something.
Yes, you did. I had no idea. All I know is that they got some sort of Friends reunion on HBO Max, which is going to be terrible. It's going to be absolutely terrible.
But it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse than that.
Hey, wait, it's going to get worse than a Friends reunion?
How about a little Justice League reunion?
Justice League reunion?
Justice League, the Snyder Cut.
Oh.
Yeah. The movie done by a guy who thought Superman killing a guy was a good idea and that Batman using guns and branding people so that they were murdered in prison fit the characters, is going to re-edit Justice League, a movie that was middling at best, but the least offensive DC movie with Batman and Superman in it in the DC Extended Universe, and he's redoing it because a whole bunch of dickheads on the internet wanted it.
Is he redoing it or did he already redo it?
There's a bunch of special effects that need to be done. The score needs to be worked out. And there will be reshoots. Not with the core cast, but there is going to be additional stuff shot.
But not with the Justice League?
No.
Right, got it. Okay. So don't bother, is what you're saying.
When it comes out, I will watch it, and then we will spend at least one episode, if not two, with me just screaming into a microphone. You're going to see me break worse than I did for X-Men Origins Wolverine. It's going to be so bad. So bad.
I hated Justice League. I don't know if I want to watch it again.
As I've always said, the last 15 minutes of Justice League are the only time I've seen actual Superman and actual Batman show up in one of these Snyderverse movies. So that was fine. I also really like the score. Everything else about that movie sucked, and that was all Zack Snyder.
I hated Aquaman.
In that movie, he was sucked. In his movie, it was awesome.
It was okay. I was all right with Aquaman. I thought the villain was a fucking tool bag, which I guess he's a villain, but not like he was just not a good one.
To be fair, Orm is a tool bag.
Yeah, I know. But
So that's a very well done rendition of Orm.
yeah, I don't know. Was so about it. But all right, so the Snyder Cut coming to HBO Max. HBO Max really laying down the gauntlet for don't get HBO Max.
Yeah, but it makes no sense to not get HBO Max if you have HBO now. It's so dumb.
Yeah, that is dumb.
And if you have the HBO channel in Apple TV on the Apple TV app, on the Apple TV, I'm going into an inception of trying to figure out what part of Apple TV the channels are in.
Yeah, I don't know where it starts and ends.
Yeah, it's a real human centipede of a issue. But they're upgrading everybody from HBO Now to HBO Max if you bought it in the channels thing. So I'll have it tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Just magically there.
Well, there you go.
Which also, I believe, means I'll finally be able to watch Suicide Squad for you.
Not really making the case for my $15 because that movie is also a pile of shit. Yes. But I'll tell you right now, I will definitely watch Suicide Squad 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because James Gunn
knows his shit. So,
you know what movie? I think we've talked about it. Did you ever watch Birds of Prey? That came out.
I haven't seen it yet. I wanted to see it, but by the time life had gotten to where I could have seen it, everything shut down. So
yeah, I think it's out on VOD now, though.
But it'll be on HBO Max, maybe.
It's very possible. I would like to hear because that movie looks putrid to me.
It's going to go one of two ways. It's either going to be Batman v Superman bad or Fast and the Furious 5 amazing. There's no middle ground.
I'm going to bet that it's the former.
Yeah, probably.
Hate to say it. I'm going to bet that it's the former, though. I can't take any more of this bullshit about the Snyder. This is terrible. I just don't understand the point. The guy sucks at making movies.
He does.
He sucks at it. Anyway.
Yeah.
And people think that it's going to be better than the Justice League. Great. Crazy. This is just another. I can't take it.
Yeah.
Next. I don't have time to come up with a segue. What the fuck are we talking about next? You come up with something. I'm furious right now. Dance for me. There you go. Oh, I got something.
Oh, good.
Can I ask a question?
You always can ask a question.
I bring people back from the ledge. I hope. If you don't know anything about this, you're going to have to edit this out because I'm teeing you up as the savior for some of my conspiracy theorist friends. But this update, I know on iOS it's 13.41 or something like that.
iOS 13.5.
This iOS 13.5.
Yeah.
A lot of people freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Because of this exposure, the exposure notification or this COVID tracking thing that they're mentioning.
The API, the application programming interface, is basically just a code set that you can build an app on top of to do contact tracing. Yeah.
So what is your take? Because there's people out there that are like, this is my favorite part. When people put this disclaimer on their Facebook wall and they're like, if you're going to download this, please remove my number from your contacts and unfriend me here on Facebook. I don't want any part of it and this and that. And I'm like, oh my God.
Okay.
It's crazy.
All right. So here's the whole thing. If this was just Google doing it, or God help us all, Facebook, you would be correct. Take all of your information off and burn your phones and just hide. Apple, their entire thing is based off of privacy at this point. That is their deal. So they and Google work together to create a compatible interface between Android phones and Apple devices, which is not sharing contact information. I know this is... Okay, so here's how it works, right? Let's say that you and I don't know each other. It's a very dark timeline where things terrible. You know what? Let's change it.
Dave,
yeah. Dave doesn't know either of us.
Love it.
Oh, my God.
Perfect.
Man, can I just bask in the glow of it for a second?
Yeah, let it sink in. I want everybody listening, just pause for a moment. Let it sink in. None of us have ever heard of or know Dave. Oof, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
How hard are your nipples right now?
This is the closest thing to true freedom that I've felt in 9.5 weeks or whatever it is.
Well, get ready for it to come crashing down because the next thing is we met Dave and had to have a conversation with him.
Oh, the worst. You really know how to fucking ruin somebody's night.
But We got away from him. We didn't take his contact information because who would? And we're fine. We walk away. So let's say, in theory, Dave gets diagnosed with COVID-19. He enters his test results into an app that adds his information to a public health authority. Now, that stays with that public health authority. So when we were talking to Dave, our phones had Bluetooth tracking IDs. It's a randomly generated identifier. It changes every 20 minutes, so it can't be traced and stays on your device. So when Dave says, yeah, I'm positive, share it with people, it uploads his last 14 days of Bluetooth beacons to the server. At that point, we've shared our information with Apple saying, hey, let us know if we run into some COVID people. And it'll send us an alert saying, yes, you did interact with somebody with COVID. It doesn't share their name, their information, where it happened, when it happened. It just says, bitch, it happened. And then we get a swab pushed into our brain, and then we can find out whether or not we have COVID.
Got it.
It's not like your phone book is being uploaded, you idiots. It's not like it's scanning your Facebook profile, dumbasses. It's just a random string of numbers that says, hey, this random string of numbers hung out with this random string of numbers. Maybe tell this random string of numbers that shit be weird.
Okay.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. There was a whole other article in the Washington Post, basically the other side of that being government health officials being like, it's not giving us enough data. We need to know where these people were. And Apple and Google like, go blow yourselves.
That's not the way it works.
You get nothing. Yeah. This is our thing. You can build your shit on top of it, but we're building privacy into it because you guys are gross.
The funniest part is these folks that carry... It's the same person that's worried about a contact that has their phone number. Now, all of a sudden, you're on the FBI's most wanted list. Meanwhile, you put pictures of your kid with location tracking on, and they know where the fuck you are every Sunday at 4:48 p.m. like an idiot.
Well, this is the same thing with the people who are like, oh, the COVID vaccine is Bill Gates trying to get trackers into everybody. We've been carrying around trackers willingly since 2008.
I pay $47 a month for my tracker. You don't need to inject one into me. It goes on my pocket. And when it's not in my pocket, it's strapped to my wrist.
Yeah.
Believe me, I don't care if you know where the fuck I am. I'm hard to miss. Give a shit about any of that. It's ridiculous.
Also, I'm just at home. Where the hell else am I going to go?
I'm going to take a look at that beacon. It stays put pretty constantly. Well, that's good. I'm glad that it is not, that it's more what I thought it was and not what you read about from the same people that fight wearing masks. Anyway.
Well, you want to talk about some stupid shit?
Yes. Otherwise, say goodnight. There's nothing else to talk about.
Are you familiar with a gentleman by the name of Charles Entertainment Cheese?
Yes. Yeah. It took me a second to think of who that is. But yes, this is weird that we both know his legal, like his legal name. But yeah, that is who everybody else, the less informed of the world, would call Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, Entertainment is his middle name by law. Look it up.
That's a hard fact. By the way, great name for a pet. Like, if you had a pet, Charles Entertainment Cheese, you'd have some balls to have your middle name as Entertainment.
That's accurate. So, Charles Entertainment Cheese, Chucky Cheese, if you will, they've obviously been having a little bit of a problem with COVID because you can't have social distancing in a ball pit. It just doesn't work. I don't know if you've tried lately.
I'm still not fully convinced that that's not where COVID came from. Along with every other plague-level disease that we've faced since that place opened.
Yeah, all right, fair enough. Been kind of trying to sell their wares on Grubhub, getting people to have pizza delivered to them.
I love that.
Here's the thing. You can order Chuck E. Cheese pizza. That's fine. But you can also order Pasquale's Pizza and Wings, which is also Chuck E. Cheese.
What?
Yeah, it's named from the Italian chef drummer character for Chuck E. Cheese's resident rock band, Pasquale e Pie Plate.
I got so many things I want. I'm not saying shit. Go.
So basically what they've done is they came up with this whole other entity to sell pizza under that is supposed to be artisanal, but it's frickin' Chuck E. Cheese pizza that they are delivering as Pasquale's Pizza and Wings.
Let me recap this. I don't know if I'm following this. So Charles Entertainment Cheese
Yes.
is doing business as Pasquale's Pizza and Wings, the name of the drummer in his band.
Yes. Pasquale P. Pie Plate.
And is selling pizza and wings from Chuck E. Cheese as artisanal. This is the best story I've heard.
This is the tip of the iceberg.
There's no way.
Oh, yes. There's a lot of places that you wouldn't go outside of a child's birthday party or maybe the worst night of your life that are now trying to rebrand themselves as a delivery option to try to keep things open. So let's say you're going through your Uber Eats and you see a place by the name of Neighborhood Wings. You're like, hey, there's a new wing place. You like wings, as I recall.
Love them.
Would you try wings from a place named Neighborhood Wings?
Yeah, I would. I love wings. I would give it a shot because I have a lot of trouble finding good wings.
Well, if that was renamed Applebee's, would you order your wings from there?
You know the answer. Let me tell you something. Very rare that I get mad at you. I'm going to warn you right now. If you ever ask me if I'd eat at Applebee's again, I'm not talking to you anymore. You know goddamn well how I feel about that place.
I know.
I would rather eat Chuck E. Cheese pizza off the floor of the fucking ball pit than go to Applebee's. I hate that place. So now they're trying to G me into getting their shit diarrhea wings by calling it Neighborhood Wings? Is that even legal? This is terrible.
Uh-huh.
See, this is the two sides of the coin. I now get why I see these opposing political views so often. Because Chuck doing the same thing as Crapplebee's, yet one of them is getting my vote in November, and the other one I think should burn in hell. Literally they're doing the exact same thing. Oh, and guess what that thing is? They're both fucking lying to me. They're both lying to my face. And one of them, I'm like, that's so cheeky. This cute little fucking mouse and his drummer trying to put food on their little mouse table. Meanwhile, I want to go throw a brick through the goddamn Applebee's for lying to me. Neighborhood Wings. Fuck you, Applebee's. Terrible. Can you imagine if Applebee's was like right on the cusp of sponsoring us and then they hear this episode?
I would never take money from
I would not.
I used to go to Applebee's because I had a friend who really liked Applebee's. So I would go and get like a grilled cheese sandwich. I got so sick from that grilled cheese sandwich that I refused to even get a glass of water at that place. And let me tell you, their 2-for-1 drinks used to be a fantastic deal because their Long Island iced teas were cheap and intense. But it's also the level of the food you're getting. It's just, oh God, it sucks so much. I hate Applebee's.
That's it. First of all, if they sponsored us, I would take their money in a fucking heartbeat. By the way.
I pretended that I had some artistic integrity. No.
When it comes to that, absolutely not. That's fine.
Yeah.
I will binge and purge Applebee's once a week if they're going to pay my fucking bills. They're not, so fuck them. Everything about that place is a lie, because even that 2-for-1 drinks, you lure me in, thanks. This is great. Now I am hammered, and forget where I am. I order an appetizer, and 20 minutes later, I'm like, I gotta go. Gotta go, guys. Applebee's made me sick again with its disgusting food. Neighborhood Wings. Fuck out of here. Terrible. And I'm even madder at them for ruining Chuck's good plan. I hate when people call him Chucky, like his first name is Chucky, like the doll. Like, no, you stupid idiot.
If you are one of those people, leave. I mean, still keep listening to us, but leave your house. Consider what you've done.
That's hilarious. I really hope Chuck E. Cheese doesn't go out of business. I dread when I have to go there, but I still love that it's there. But Applebee's, see ya.
Yeah.
Applebee's has one redeeming quality, which even at that, it's a backhanded compliment. Like on Veterans Day, veterans get a free meal, which I love. That's great. But it's like, thanks for fighting for our freedom. Here's diarrhea on your special day. Terrible. You really want to help somebody, Applebee's? Why don't you hand out gift cards to Chili's or anywhere else on Veterans Day? All veterans come in for a free meal at Chili's from Applebee's. Like, that's what they should do. Sorry. This is a real trigger for me, I think.
I love it. Well, I think we've run the gamut of going from Zack Snyder to Applebee's food, so I don't know that we can top ourselves.
No, this has been a roller coaster of emotions. I needed this.
I needed to feel something again.
Yeah, feel alive again. Fuck you, Applebee's. That's it. That's all I got.
All right, I'll talk to you next week.
See ya.